Hey y'all, I'm trying something new. I'm recording, oh look at me. I should have done this before. I'm all wrinkled. I'm trying recording directly to YouTube. We'll see how that goes. If it speeds up the process and all that stuff of posting a video, because I got a lot to say today. First thing, I have to tell you I'm in San Angelo, Texas. I made it this morning. It was cold, very cold, very cold, very cold. Can't tell you how cold. Yeah, I can. The temperature when I got up this morning was 17 degrees. But last night I had electricity. So I was warm. I was warm under my blankets. And I was going to title this, How Do I Keep from Freezing to Death in the Night? However, I went into the Walmart to buy a little tank to put on my propane heater. There are none. Apparently, it doesn't usually snow in this far south in Texas and get quite this cold in early December, so everybody panicked. And apparently they're all using and have come in and bought them all. So I have none. So I'm just going to have to make it through the night. And I won't freeze to death. Hat, wool sweater, and another one if I need it, warm pants, and this today because I suffer from wind chill in here. I think the high was supposed to be like 50 some degrees today. It ain't. But the sun is out there. And I'm in the Walmart parking lot. Of course I am. And I've already been in and bought my groceries and all that good stuff. And so on the way here, I had this song came in my head. And I have a friend who used to make fun of this song. She's like, where'd that come from? I was like, we used to sing it in church. I grew up in a little Baptist church. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder we will never more wander, but walk on streets that are pure as gold. And then somewhere in there, it says something about you get a harp and a crown. A harp? What am I going to do with a harp? I could use the crown. I need something to give to Jesus when I get there. But anyway, I thought, a mansion? You know, Jesus did say he was going to go and prepare us a place. But for me, please, I hope it's not some 10,000 square foot mansion. To me, a mansion is a little tiny house on a hill where there's green pasture land and little sheep to take care of, and I can get their wool and spin it, make yarn, and then knit and give it to all the little peoples and invite people to my little tiny house and just love on them, and give them wool socks. Of course, we ain't gonna be cold, but you don't have to wear wool just in the winter. I wear wool socks all the time, and they're comfy. So anyway, I had this journal entry this morning. And it was, as I sat in the cold with my heater, waiting for that moment, and I had to scrape ice off my windows before I left. Well, actually, my scraper did not work. You get what you pay for. And apparently I paid $1 for it. So it did nothing. So I turned on the truck, and I've got this cleaner stuff that works like a defroster, and it really worked. Now, it wasn't real heavy, but I couldn't see. So anyway, while I'm doing that, actually, before I did all that, so I'm going to share this with you, because after that video I did about reading the Word, and I kept thinking about it, and I thought, I bet there's going to be people getting mad at me because I said that, but I want to explain it a little more in detail. So, December 8th, I'm going to read fast because I'm up to 4 minutes already. It's Friday, and it's Anxiety 30, 6:30 a.m. Awake for 2 hours, I'm dressed, teeth, hair, cabinet, sink, stove prepared. The temperature, 18 degrees out there. I'm going to try and get my heater serviced in Ballinger. I'm going to need it whenever I have to do these kind of things. I go into complete panic mode. But you have to do what you have to do. I have panic attacks every day. Every day. I'm so anxious to just get there. And then more anxiety on where to be when I am there. I think about having someone I can talk to. Hey, y'all. And I always come here. which is coming to the one who not just listens, but understands. And he has all wisdom. So if I share all these things, the anxieties, with him, then he gives me the wisdom to know what to do. And on top of that, he guides me with weather and circumstance and puts me where I need to be when I need to be there. Like Ballinger, Texas. I was heading there. Then I was going to drive right through. Now, with the polar vortex covering my path, I need my heater. Freezing temps are one thing, 20s and teens, that's another. However, there was no place in Ballinger. Only thing on their website was a place to buy them. So, no getting my heater serviced. It says here, it just so happens there's a Walmart in Ballinger that services my heater, and there's even a backup place. Not really. So that I'm rerouted, but the timing and the need has already been worked out. So apparently, I'm not going to need that heater tonight, because if I really needed it, I would have had what I needed. This journey, Abba, a journey I did not want to take, has overflowed with your mercy, your love, and provision and direction. I have to trust you. But I am learning to joyfully trust you as I make my way. Please forgive me when I balk. Forgive me when I panic. Forgive me, Abba, when I fail to trust. I so long to be pleasing in your sight and trusting that no matter what happens along the way, that I can trust the Creator of all things, my Abba Father. That is pleasing to you. I just know it. I remember how I felt when my own children put their trust in me. It felt like love. It pleased me that they trusted that I knew things they didn't, that I had wisdom they had not obtained, that I loved them and would do my very best to provide for and protect them. Dear Father, your love, your wisdom, your kindness is multiplied and magnified over my human efforts. You are worthy of all my trust. All praise, all glory, and power, and honor belong to you. Now, as I mulled over yesterday's video, not really another analogy, but an analogy came to my mind and my heart this morning. Imagine you were to be wed. You've never been in the physical presence of your intended. Your wedding date is not set. But you were told as soon as your home was prepared, there would be a great feast and a wedding. You have to wait. Your intended has told you there would be signs to look for. He wrote it all down for you, and he wrote love letters telling you all about who he is and about how much he loves you. He wrote down instructions about who he wanted you to become while you wait. He gave you directions on all the things he hoped you would do while you wait. And then, by miraculous means, whenever you want to speak to him about how your day's going, about the beautiful gifts he left for you, like morning's glorious sunrise, blossoms bursting on trees in the spring, snow-covered mountains, wild creatures that soar overhead and graze on the side of the road, vivid blue skies, amazing sunsets, gentle rains. You can call him anytime you want, even when you're stressed, when you're angry, or your feelings got hurt and your heart wounded. He will listen. He will listen when you're scared or confused or feel abandoned and alone. He is your groom. He loves you without end. He wants you to know him, to know all about him. Imagine you don't read the love letters. You let someone else read the letters, and then let them tell you what your intended said, or what they think he said. And some parts, they just don't even tell you, because they didn't think it was important. And imagine this. You never call him. You think, he's away. I'm strong. I'm smart. I got this. And imagine your intended, the one who loves you so much he would die for you, sits there waiting, hoping you'll call, hoping you'll share your joy with him, hoping you'll let him comfort you in your sorrows, listening to see if you need any help with today. And imagine, he looks on expectantly as you begin your day. Will she read my love letter today? And how his heart aches as he sees you busy, 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 and out the door, flinging an "I'll read it later" over your shoulder. And day after day, the cycle continues. And guess what? He never gives up. And those days you search his letters and you sit down and tell him all about it, how he smiles. And sometimes laughs. And even weeps as he watches you and listens while you pour out your heart to him. There's nothing you can do to make him love you more. There's nothing to make him love you less. Reading the word of Elohim isn't a duty or a way in. Praying and speaking your heart to your Savior isn't a requirement. It's not a contest with points in your favor adding up. It's about building a relationship, personal and deep, with the lover of your soul. And this, he's coming. We've read the letter. We see the signs. He told us, when all these things are happening, look up, listen, stay awake. He's coming. He's at the door. Will you know his voice when he cries out, come up? Soon. Very soon. And I want to see him, hear him, trust him, and know him before that great day. I pray that you do too.